Dear Mr. Wilson, I searched for your address in Washington, D.C. after I saw your wedding announcement in the paper. I'm the mother of a 16-year-old boy who is being treated unjustly because he is gay. I was told that you were born and raised in Oil City, so I feel a connection to you. Last night, my son CJ cried for 3 hours after being abused in public because of being gay. I'm so afraid for him. I don't know where else to turn. Please help if you can. Sincerely, Kathy Springer. I left the hills of northwestern Pennsylvania a long time ago. Kathy's letter took me right back to my small hometown. I realized I was gay by the time I was a teenager, but I was too afraid to let anyone know. I got out of town as soon as I graduated high school. But as I made a life for myself out in the world, I was bothered by my youthful silence. So 25 years later, when I got married, I placed my wedding announcement in my hometown paper.
I was sick to my stomach when I saw and read the announcement of a homosexual marriage in the newspaper.
I am shaking with anger as I write
and
this.
To think of all
Today
Common
you
sense
crossed
tells
the
us
line
marriage
with the
is between a
announcement
man and a
of
woman.
Homosexuality is immoral.
It would be better for you not to have been born. Think about that.
The reactions to my wedding announcement did not surprise me, but the fact that people would proclaim them in the newspaper made me realize that things hadn't gotten much better after all those years. They might even be worse now for kids like Kathy's son, CJ.
This place was sheer hell. Every day when the bus stopped and I walked to that door, to my locker, became 8 hours of pure hell. I got pushed up against the railing on the stairs, right through here, when I'd have to go the hallway right next to the staircase going upstairs back to my science class. I'd walk through there, and seniors would come up and they'd hit me, and I'd slam up against the metal railing, and I'd drop all my stuff.
What did you feel inside when that kind of stuff was happening?
Terrified. Nobody cared. None of the teachers cared. None of the administrators cared. But they always gave a deaf ear and a blind eye.
Welcome to American Family Focus on Pennsylvania Issues, a weekly program which discusses some of the happenings that are of concern to the family and those who hold traditional values in Pennsylvania. And now your host, Diane Gramley, State Director of American Family Association of Pennsylvania.
The question comes down to, should a lifestyle that will result in the destruction of traditional marriage and the natural family, not even mentioning the physical, mental, and psychological dangers to those involved in this lifestyle, be normalized and codified into the laws of the land? Those involved in this lifestyle are sinners just as you and me, and they need to accept the saving grace of Jesus Christ, just like you and me.
I learned that my little hometown had become home base for Diane Gramley, head of the Pennsylvania chapter of the American Family Association. She used her radio program to orchestrate the letter-writing campaign against my wedding announcement and ratchet up the climate of fear in the area. Diane, why do you use the airwaves of WAWN to spew hatred towards certain people in the community? Do you think it doesn't have an effect on people? The way young people
I would like to know why you encourage children to participate in a dangerous lifestyle.
Hey Joe, how you doing?
Good, and you?
Hey, officer.
Nice to see you.
Good seeing you.
They've been homosexuals throughout society, but they have not attempted to redefine marriage and family as they are today. They have a job and they're doing their job. They have every right to have that job.
And they can be out on the job and tell people that they're gay when they're asked?
No. That's promoting the lifestyle.
So if some student
Anyway, Joe, the end of the discussion is now.
No, the end of the discussion is not now. This is a public street.
It absolutely is a public street, and I'm telling you, the end of the discussion is now.
We both just decided we're not going to live in fear. We're not going to run from these people. We're going to be in their community and face down any of them. I worry. I'm afraid to go to bed at night for fear that he's going to kill himself over this, for being who he is. And he has told me so many times, I wish I'd have kept my mouth shut. I wish I'd have never let anybody know. I just want to add that this is not an isolated incident. There are other incidents that are happening in the schools, but everyone's afraid to come forward because they've seen what we've been subjected to by fighting this. We've had our house threatened to be burned down. We've gotten phone calls. My son had to stay basically hid in the house. He couldn't go to football games. He couldn't go to the mall. Because when he did, he was surrounded by these boys saying, we want to see what color a faggot bleeds.
Diane, we actually wanted to ask you how you respond to the very personal testimonies of CJ and Kathleen.
Like I said at the beginning of my testimony, I oppose all discrimination.
Will you join us in fighting discrimination against gay and lesbian people in Franklin?
We're not going to join.
Why not?
No, because of the roads that will open.
I could do one of two things. I could leave my marriage, I could leave my house, I could just say the heck with everything, tell her to take the gay kid out of the house, and I got to thinking, that gay kid's yours. You're gonna disown him because of his sexual orientation, or are you gonna love him for who he is inside? And I thought, hell with it. I'm gonna love him for who he is inside. And I put aside everything that I grew up with. Over 40 years of feeling that way I felt. And I tell you what, you try to shed 40 years of hatred overnight. It's just not done. It's something you gotta learn how to live with, deal with, and you gotta be sincere. I mean, he's my kid. I'm not gonna turn my back on him. I won't. I will never turn my back on him.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Just wanted to give you something. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. Thank you.
You missed a good sermon. Yes, you did.
Everybody's back in Towers Hall. We're having some soup and sandwiches. This is our home missions Christmas party. Who's cold? Would you like a bowl of soup and some crackers?
I appreciate the offer, but no.
Okay, well, I'll be glad to bring you some out. I thought about you as we got back there. We're all eating this nice warm stuff. I thought you're going to be freezing out there.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, all right.
Why are you here?
I'm here because I'm trying to understand why people that are associated with this church and many others are causing so much pain for gay and lesbian people.
I don't cause any pain for anybody.
Well, I know that Diane Gramley of the American Family Association is based here, and that this church is associated with that organization, and I'm just trying to understand it. It's causing a lot of pain for a lot of people in the area.
So you're here with a camera to understand why Diane Gramley's here.
I'm trying to put a face to this. I'm trying to understand who in the community holds these kinds of beliefs, why they hold these beliefs, and what we can do to bring it to an end. You think they should no longer be gay or lesbian?
Do I believe that homosexual can change? Yes, I do. Do I believe that an alcoholic can change? Yes, I do.
So you equate homosexuality with the alcoholism?
I believe that someone who's in drugs can change. I believe someone who overeats and is obese can change. I believe someone who has a bad habit of smoking can change. I think
you equate being gay or lesbian with those kinds of...
I equate sin as being sin, regardless of what it is.
I want to see Jesus lifted high. I want to see Jesus.
Sometimes people look at us and say, what are you doing? But you know what? If we do it God's way, we win. We come against the strongholds of sin in this city in the name of Jesus. And we break those powers in Jesus' name, and we tear those strongholds down in the name of Jesus. Father, I thank you that there is an army of believers ready to take this city for Jesus Christ.
Diane? Diane? I just wanted to ask you one more thing, Diane.
As a kid growing up, I was afraid of people like Diane Gramley, of teachers and preachers and bullies at school and the power that they had. I never thought that something as simple as putting my wedding announcement in the paper would lead me on this journey back to my hometown. But if things are going to change, here in the hills of northwestern Pennsylvania or anywhere, it's going to be when all of us who are excluded from the traditional definitions of faith and family and values make ourselves known. So now that I am back in town, I'm not going to be silent anymore. I'm going to join with others and stay and fight. Oh, yeah. Hi, guys. Is your mom home? Yeah. Would you mind telling her Joe Wilson's here?
Why don't you take a video of us riding our bikes?
Okay, we will if you get your mom.
Good handheld.
Hello. Hello.
Come on, Daisy.
Come on, Daisy.
Hi.
Come on.
Come on, Daisy.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? I'm Joe Wilson.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm Meribeth's sister.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Me too.
Yeah.
In your letter you wrote, you know, the next thing I'll be reading about a marriage commitment ceremony conducted between Doe Buddy, a man and his dog. I mean, do you really think that that's the way that things could go?
Yeah, because in the Netherlands, where homosexuality has been accepted for more than a decade, that is what's starting to surface, is the whole subject of bestiality. And if we get into bestiality, then what about pedophilia? You know, and anything that brings a child in, that's, you know, because that's cutting into way too much innocence and things like that. But I think that that's what's being opened up, because when one lifestyle is accepted, why can't this one be accepted? And why can't this one be accepted? And what about, what about polygamy? What about triad families? What about, you know, all these other different things that that maybe an adult can grasp, but if a 3-year-old child can question it and go, well, wait a minute, you know, if I'm living with a mommy and a mommy, then why does my friend Jane have a mommy and a daddy? Why don't I get a mommy and a daddy? You know, and if a 3-year-old child can question it, and I know if I try to start thinking about, okay, well, how exactly would you explain that? And it starts to confuse me a little bit. What does it do to that child's mind? And if you've got somebody now who says, okay, well, let's see, I've got a marital relationship between myself and my dog, so now I'm going to adopt children. And now it's going to be mommy and daddy between this 4-legged creature and myself. And how do you explain that to a child who obviously knows, you know, that there's not something quite right with this, because, you know, now we're talking interspecies type stuff.
Hey, Meribeth.
Hi,
how you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Now, what are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're just going to film the meeting.
Oh, what are they doing? I don't even know what they're doing.
It's a school board meeting.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Anything new? How's the baby?
Getting big.
Yeah?
Yeah. So he's almost 8 months old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's been that long now.
Yes, it's been that long since we talked, yes.
Amazing.
So it's been ages. So I thought about you guys a couple of times. And
good thoughts?
Yes.
Good.
Good thoughts. I was wondering if you had gotten any headway or anything with the whole thing that was going on at the high school. And
That's kind of why we're here tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a lot of headway.
Not a lot of headway.
As you know, you may have seen, the assistant principal is now the principal.
Mm-hmm. I
For
saw
Sundance,
that.
So.
Yeah, much to my utter shock and amazement, and
Ours too, yeah.
couldn't believe that
So.
at all. I was completely shocked. About it.
You know.
So, yeah.
Seems like not a great choice.
Mm-mm. No, that's part of why mine are all homeschooled.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
and you can put that on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. They're Hispanic. Their ethnicity is Hispanic. And my husband is Scotch-Irish. I don't want them in a public school where if they decide that they want to wear a kilt to their senior prom, that they're going to get given nothing but a hard time because of their principal.
Mom?
No.
Mommy?
Not okay.
Mommy?
So.
Don't you want the White House seat in the car?
Okay, we're going. So.
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we agree with you. That's why we're going to raise the issues tonight. So
Yes, well-
hopefully you support our words.
Yes.
Mom?
You better be speaking up. That's all.
Thanks. Good to see you.
When you're talking.
I will. Okay. I'm here tonight to say that I'm deeply concerned about the charges of harassment, violence, and discrimination that have roiled the Franklin School District for the past year and a half. Gay students and students of color at the high school have been the primary targets of these activities. I have been in touch with several of the families affected by these issues and have documented their stories on film. Their ability to speak for themselves is greatly hampered by fears of backlash if they do so publicly. Even worse, they are afraid of making formal complaints about the problems at the school because Mr. Forster, who was recently promoted by the school board to the position of principal, is often part of the problem. Several minority students and even one parent have reported that Mr. Forster said to them, quote, "We don't want your kind around here." This is obviously unacceptable, not to mention against the law. I request that the school board immediately make public its plan to promote diversity and protect all students from harassment and discrimination in the schools. The public needs to see the details of the plan and understand how safe and equal access for all students is being promoted in this school district. Also, will you please tell me how to follow up on these issues and how to know when action will be taken? And just finally, I have to say it's very hard for me to be here during a year when death threats have been issued against students in this school district because it happens to be a young gay man. And it just pains me to have to actually be here to ask you about these issues, that no action has actually been taken. So thank you for accepting these comments into the public record. I appreciate it, and I look forward to your response.
Any other visitors at this time? If not, Superintendent report.
Excuse me. Would you mind just can I have a conversation with somebody on the board? You're not interested in talking with the public? Reverend Rao, I'm pleading for you to help. Reverend Rao, will you please help? Unbelievable.
So we're in front of our building.
It's a beautiful, magnificent building. It's the most beautiful building in Oil City. It was built at a time when the oil was at the height of grandeur, and these guys had the biggest homes in Oil City, they had the money, and they wanted to show it off. And this theater was one of the ways that they could do it.
What do you think it means to have a highly visible lesbian couple at the forefront of this resurgence in the town?
I think that the community, the movers and the shakers in the community right now are saying there's room at the table. There's room at the table. If you're going to do something good, we'll work with you. And it not only if you're a Christian, not only if you're a native, and in particular in Oil City.
Not only if you're a heterosexual couple,
right.
You know, I mean.
They're, they'll listen and look for what you are willing to offer, and I think that's what's happening.
You know there are people who don't care what this guy's spreading. And even if they listen, they have seen you at work and they have seen everything you've done.
I know, but we got a double whammy against us. You know that.
Just keep doing it. I know you do, but you have to not let this take away from what you worked so hard for. Please. Because, I mean, that's going to hurt more people than if you just put on your face and say, we have nothing to be ashamed of, we have nothing to be hurt for. You're not going to do this to us. And make this just be as wonderful of an event as it can be. And it's going to be. Because I'm going to make sure it is.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, let's
How
go
much
to work.
more budget do you need?
Put those hands in. Put those hands in.
There we go. Get in here.
Get in here. Come
on,
on.
run,
Mr.
run.
Camera.
My hands
Man,
are cold.
hurry
I'm sorry.
up.
I'm still
Get
a
in
smoker.
here.
I apologize.
Ready?
What are we going to say?
Latonia.
Latonia.
We're coming very soon to 2009, which is a great mile marker for the Latonia. The Latonia's birthday will be next year, March. And so I'm sure we're going to have another really big celebration. But it means a lot to me to see all these faces, to see all these people who are behind this project. And it hasn't always been easy. And I think I'm going to have to turn it over to Rox right now. My partner, Roxanne. All right, 1, 2, 3.